Finally, we have an official trailer for From Season 3. I watched it like 20 times. Some of the visuals in there were incredible, and of course, there were a lot of things to break down and theorize about. So let's do a trailer breakdown and talk about the release date of From Season 3. Let's go! The trailer starts with a familiar shot of Tabitha staring out the window. This is the same shot we saw at the end of Season 2. She cannot believe she's out of Fromland. The trailer then switches to another familiar shot, but this time it's the same shot from the first teaser for Season 3. I shared my theories about who the person in the cart could be in another video, and you guys shared your thoughts as well. Some of you think it's Reggie, the guy who shot Boyd in that field in Season 2. Some of you think it should be Fatima. I think the new trailer has a few scenes that reveal who the person really is. As we see the cart being carried, Boyd and Donna talk about an ambush that happened, and Donna asks how many Boyd saved. She also tries to comfort Boyd and says he did the only thing he could do. We also see a dead animal lying on the ground. Then there's a shot of Boyd carrying a dead body in the church. It looks like a woman's body. The next shot is Ethan looking sad in the park as Boyd approaches. If you remember, there was no snow in the scene where Boyd was carrying that cart and his shirt was all bloody, but there is no snow here, so I think this scene is from the beginning of the season. Ethan is visibly sad because he misses his mom, Tabitha, and Boyd is there to comfort him. In this scene as well, there's no blood on Boyd's shirt, so it must be earlier in the season. He's trying to give a pep talk about how there's still hope. I don't know how you do it, Boyd. There's a shot of Victor with his winter coat on. He's most likely watching the body being carried away in that cart. We also see Kenny again wearing a winter coat, sitting at a diner with flowers, and it looks like he has been crying. Is he crying because he lost someone? Maybe the person in the cart is Kenny's mom, and that's why he has been crying. Let's talk about this later. Kenny finally crashes the jukebox that has been haunting everyone from the start. Good for him. One of the most haunting shots of the trailer is here, everyone. The winter is here. Jade looks up and sees this guy. It looks like he has one eye, as the other one appears to have suffered a bloody injury, and then he drinks something out of his skull. I believe this is a vision that Jade has because no one would wear those clothes in the winter, right? We also see Kenny and Jim in the woods. They are probably looking for Tabitha as they don't know where she is. Boyd and Christy are watching one of the biggest tourist attractions of Fromland, the car in the pool. Jim makes an excellent observation. He notices that things are getting worse around here. Wow, Jim. The trailer then shows Fatima looking at a pile of trash and Donna saying there isn't enough food, which tells me these are their crops. Last season, Donna was talking about how the crops are not growing in the way they're supposed to, so this should also be hinting at that. Then there's an interesting scene of Victor in the woods looking at a drawing of trees. It looks like he drew some kind of map for himself to remember certain things. He says he has to remember. Maybe he hit something in the woods, or maybe there's something else buried in there that will make him remember what he went through. Victor's storyline is certainly one of the most interesting on the show. Victor has been in Fromland for over 4 decades. Who knows what happened during the time he was alone there? Perhaps this season can shed some light on that. Finally, we see more of Tabitha supposedly in the real world talking to a priest. I was kind of expecting a scene like this because Tabitha will be lost, naturally. She will want to try to make sense of everything that happened to her. But then she visits a man who is a new addition to the cast. His name is Henry. In front of Henry's house, there's a tree with bottles hanging from it, an image quite familiar to the Fromland residents. We saw it before with Victor and Tabitha and Boyd and Sarah. In Henry's house as well, there are pictures. The girl in the middle is probably Eloise, and I think I'm also seeing young Victor. Henry's basement also looks like he's borrowed stuff from Fromtown. This only leads me to believe that Henry's been to the town and he might actually be Eloise and Victor's father. But from his age, it's more likely that he is Eloise's husband. What do you think of that theory? The trailer also shows some kind of a skeleton with thorns around it. It's really weird looking, like a voodoo doll. Do you have any idea what this might be? Boyd is ringing his bell, walking through the town, and baby, it's cold outside. The monsters have arrived, and there's a quick shot of Mrs. Lou looking horrified. Is this the ambush Boyd was talking about? The milkman monster is there too, and my guy just killed a cow with his bare hands. That's what it looks like. Next, Boyd is being Boyd, let's not get into that. And then Ethan opens the door to the grandma monster at night, let me tell you. What were you thinking? I think this is the same night as the ambush when all kinds of monsters arrive at the same time and haunt different people. The boy in white is waving to young Victor. We see Ellis and Fatima with the latter bleeding from her mouth. Is she having trouble with her pregnancy? Donna is crying. The return of Elgin is confirmed. Jade sees the dummy again, that means he's high. Jade also is lying down and looking up at some strings he put together. To me, it looks like he's trying to recreate the symbol he saw when he was in that cave. He drew what he had seen in his sketchbook as well, which backs my theory. Julie is trying to hide from the grandma monster. It's Sarah who comes and saves her. Someone is slashed during the ambush. I feel like it's Julie, but I'm not sure. Then Jim's phone rings. Who's on the other side of the phone? It's probably the guy on the radio, but I'm waiting to hear your crazy theories. As the reviews show up on the screen, we see these weird things again. I thought they were skeletons, but now I'm sure they are carvings. And then there's a funeral. I'm still behind my theory that Kenny's mom died during the ambush, and now this is her funeral. There's also the possibility that they're holding a funeral for Tabitha since she's been gone from the town. What do you think? Jade is standing by a red rock. Boyd is being tortured by the monsters. This is the same scene we saw in the first teaser for season 3. Tabitha is out of the hospital. Someone is stepping into a bear trap. To me, this looks like Christy's foot. Randall is lying on the ground. Looks like he has been hit on the nose or he's high as hell. Can't tell really. Christy is at the diner. A new character called Acosta has joined the series. She's a police officer. Fatima is pulling out a tooth. For some reason, this was the most disturbing image from the trailer to me. Anyway, there's another shot of Julie. She's crying. Jade is seeing another hallucination. Ethan is grabbed. It's the same night as the grandma monster visits them at their house. Randall versus the monsters. Then the nurse woman monster plays with Boyd's head. As Boyd is trying to get into the ambulance, she's holding the keys and teases him. She says you can't save them all, and that's where the trailer ends. I love this trailer so much. I have a feeling this season will provide some answers while also giving us 1,000 more questions. The new season is coming out on September 22nd. They did say the fall before, and I did not expect it to be this sooner. There will be 10 episodes again, and I cannot wait. If you want to check the teaser breakdown for From Season 3, check out this video.